Will one of these books be your next great read? What do you think? Let's start it off with Project Hail Mary by Andy Weir. This is so easy to put on the list. I think I ranked this around number 115 on my top 250 science fiction books list, which is a pretty decent spot. I really like this pace, the storytelling, the characters, and the reveal. The title of this episode is Your Next Great Read, and this one definitely has that potential. My brother, who I didn't even know he knew how to read, just kidding, has been listening to audiobooks. What? Who is this guy? He told me, mostly joking or exaggerating, I think I like science fiction. He explained that he loved Project Hail Mary. He's been hooked on audiobooks for long drives, and he kept DNFing. He didn't use that term, and I'm not sure he's ever heard it before. He kept DNFing books until he found Project Hail Mary. He raved about it. He's no exception. Project Hail Mary is probably the science fiction book that I most often hear non-science fiction readers singing the praises of. A close second would probably be Blake Crouch's Dark Matter. I think the appeal is the fast pace and things constantly happening, suspense and reveals throughout, and the regular appearance of problems that need to be solved and then are solved. Project Hail Mary is set on near-future Earth. There is an unknown, maybe alien threat, compromising the integrity of solar energy reaching the Earth. The novel's protagonist is sent on a mission to space as a one long-shot effort to save the Earth from near certain doom. Most celebrated by fans of the book is a very interesting and surprising relationship that develops between the two main characters, both of whom are looking for the same answers. Incandescence by Greg Egan, published in 2008. This is going to be an unbelievable read for the right person. This is not one that I can universally recommend to all, as it's a very unconventional reading experience. The book is geometry and physics heavy, and for some that will be a barrier to getting into the story and the characters. For the right person like me, this book is brilliant, it's unbelievable, it's inventive and mesmerizing. Incandescence has the alien cultural ponderings of Children of Time, the sense of wonder of Rendezvous with Rama, the mind-boggling math stuff of basically any other Egan novel, the eeriness and vastness of space present in Fire Upon the Deep, the surreal artificial intelligence vibe of things like, well, unlike anything really, maybe blend the culture, Altered Carbon, Speaker for the Dead. It's just wild. In Incandescence, the book alternates storylines by chapter. There is the story of the Splinter and its exceptionally interesting and inventive alien beings. The Splinter is maybe an asteroid or a section of an asteroid or other heavenly body. We observe as main character Roy, along with others, investigate their world and learn of its geometry and physics and its relationship to and how it is affected by the incandescence of the galaxy around it. I can't rave enough about how much I love what Egan explains about the mating rituals, anatomy, behavior, and actions of these beings. The other storyline follows main character Rakesh and his travel mate Parantham, who are on an investigative journey of their own. For much of the story, you'll wonder if what Rakesh is investigating will lead he and Parantham to the Splinter. That is certainly part of the fun. Also fun is the adventure that Egan imagines for these two. They will travel as data, unencrypted, through light years and stars and planets. When they stop off somewhere, they are downloaded into avatar bodies. It's fun that sometimes they refer to their avatars as jelly babies. Everything about this book speaks to me, and I love it, especially the names and invented words. Rakesh, Parantham, the Incandescence, the Amalgam, the Aloof, jelly babies, the Splinter. It all feels so pristine, grand, otherworldly. This book is an experience. The fifth season by N.K. Jemisin. I'm recommending the fifth season for a few reasons. First, I'll recommend this to the avid fantasy reader with cravings for science fiction in an attempt to diversify the reading experience. The fifth season and Broken Earth series are great science fiction books, but with elegant magic or magic-esque systems getting significant page time, these novels make for a great transition into the genre. I also recommend this for readers of classic science fiction curious about strong new voices in modern science fiction. N.K. Jemisin is one of the greatest living science fiction authors and is one of the handful of standouts elevating modern science fiction. I recommend the Broken Earth series for those who demand strong characters with real emotions, problems, personalities in their reading experience. Finally, I recommend the 5th season if you are looking for science fiction set on far future Earth. This is one of the best. The Broken Earth series takes place on a far future Earth, mostly on the terrain of a continent called the Stillness. Seasons references the occurrences of world-changing or even apocalyptic events that alter the world and the people in it on an extreme scale. Again, while this is science fiction, the world has a fantastical vibe about it, with certain individuals who can draw magical powers from the planet. There are floating obelisks in the sky, and a lot of philosophy around what should happen to humanity, or what the future of humanity should look like. 1Q84 by Haruki Murakami, published in 2009. This is a great one to follow the Broken Earth, as I recommend it for the theme of characters being not completely aware of the forces that determine their fate or the fate of humanity. I recommend 1Q84 if you're the type of reader that lights up when you realize the words, sentences, paragraphs in a book feel surreal and almost hypnotize you into a trippy state of mind without sacrificing storytelling. I recommend 1Q84 if musings on parallel worlds or dimensionality excites you. And finally, I recommend 1Q84 if you're willing to trek 900 plus pages of incredible storytelling and rich characters, even if some of it is slow-paced, and despite some of those characters being unlikable. I've talked about 1Q84 on a number of past videos, and it's not one to easily summarize in a blurb, but to give you some entry to what you can expect. It is fantastical, and it dips into a blend of what feels like magical realism fused with classical sci-fi. There are a few points of view featured, and easily the most interesting is that of Aomame. Aomame is in many ways self-aware while also feeling like a tortured soul. One thing that is clear is her instinct toward exacting vengeance on men who hurt women. The payoff moments in her story, as well as the surprisingly pleasing love story that develops, provide a lot of the momentum that carries you through some of the, I'll just say, slower parts. Rendezvous with Rama by Arthur C. Clarke. As I implied earlier, this is a highly atmospheric novel delivering a great sense of wonder and a reading experience layered with anticipation. You'll spend much of the reading anticipating if there will be first contact, and as the end of the book approaches, you realize it doesn't matter much because it was the journey, observations, and considerations that captivate. In Rama, Earth discovers a mysterious and enormous UFO and sends a spaceship out to investigate. The majority of the novel is the crew's exploration of the mammoth vessel. Unique about Rama as a potential first contact story is Clarke's ability to provoke us to think about the possibility that alien intelligences that could potentially pass through our solar system might not care about first contact. An alien ship might be long empty or abandoned. It may be inhabited in a way that we maybe can't fathom. It may host alien intelligence that is so far beyond our level of technology or understanding that it fails to even consider us. Thank you for watching. I'm Michael Leverts, and this is Fit to be Read.